among the 108 names of Bhagavad-Gita, which we have taken up this year to explain. We are in the 49th, 49, 50, 51. 3 names we will see today. Prasaada-pradaayai Namah, which means the one who gives prasad every day. Now, when you go to a temple, what is children, when we ask Balvihar children also, at the end of the year, what is the most interesting thing about Balvihar? Prasad. They won't talk about talks on the subject matter. They won't talk about what they learned. What is most interesting about Balvihar is the prasad that gift. Many people even go to the temple only for that. In fact, they will come to the temple only to go there only. So one place I was there in, I think, long time back, and I was giving lecture every day. But only on Sunday morning when I had lecture, last day it was, 11 to 12 was my lecture. After that, Arati and Prasad. Around 11:45, the crowd was uncontrollable. Because everybody came after Arati, Prasad. So what we understand as Prasad is only what they give in the temple. But in Bhagavad-Gita, Prasad is not just receiving some food items. Prasada is mental contentment. See, all of us want peace. Nobody says, I don't want peace. Everybody was looking for peace of mind, but what they have is only pieces of the mind. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, Many of you might have played a big jigsaw puzzle. There are many pieces. And the many pieces, when you start assembling slowly, you get the whole picture of it. Correct? Then once you complete, all pieces are included in that whole picture. But understand one thing, when they made the jigsaw puzzle, first they made the picture. And then they cut into different pieces. Clear? It's not that they made the pieces and then they did not know what to do now. No, it's not like that. They made the entire picture and then with the equipment, they made it into different pieces. Then they shuffled it, gave it to you. Now you try to bring it back. Clear? In the same way, peace or contentment and joy is our nature. And we have destroyed it or dissected it, divided it into so many different pieces. And we try to reassemble it. But it is not so easy. In a jigsaw puzzle, it is easy. Because you have a picture of what the total, because if they don't give you the original picture, it's so hard for you to assemble it. Correct? In the same way, Bhagavad-Gita says, what is the real picture of a mind which is peaceful? Only when we understand what is that mind which is always peaceful, then we can start going towards that, how to restructure my mind in such a way that I can reach the same point of peace. It is like you should know which direction you are going when you are taking the journey towards. Without knowing where you are going, what will be the journey? So if we have the clear picture of what is the peace of mind, then we know where we are and how to assemble it back. So, what Bhagavan Krishna says is that where we go wrong? Why is that we are not on its own? It's not something. Why is that we are not at the present moment? We are not able to remain at peace. Now I'll tell you one thing. All of us in another 4 hours will not only be at peace with ourselves, also will give peace to the world. Next 8 hours. When is that? Sleep. Is it not true?
Yeah.
Even at home, everybody is at peace because all of us gone to sleep. The world is at peace because you are not there. How is that? In the state of our sleep, we are able to withdraw everything and go into the state of peace, even for a short time for that matter. How is that possible? So that means it is already there in us. If we are able to every day go to that state of mental peace by withdrawing ourselves from all the activities that we do, we postpone it everything for tomorrow and then go to the state of complete peace. Only problem is, when we are at that stage, we are not enjoying that stage. Only after waking up, we say, ha, what a peaceful sleep. And your wife also says, yes, you are at peace. I was also at peace. Think of this situation where you are able to withdraw like the same kind of what you do in the state of sleep, but you are fully aware of that state where your mind has completely withdrawn from all things. And you are able to become aware of the inner peace. That is called Prasaada. Bhagavan Krishna, through Bhagavad-Gita, is able to explain to us this. But what is that, or why is that we are not able to, at the present moment, not able to reach that state of peace while we are awake? First thing is, we think that we should get what we desire. The first thing we should understand is what we get is not what we desire. What we get is what we deserve. There's a difference between what you desire and what you deserve. We may desire many things, but do we deserve it? We want people to behave to us in the most nicest way. Do we deserve it? We want everybody to respect and regard us wherever we go. Do we deserve that? Do you want everybody to be loving to you? Do we deserve that? We want everybody to be honest to us, truthful to us, listening to us, obeying to us. Do we deserve that? To be deserving, you should be able to live up to that point. You cannot command people to respect you. You cannot demand people to love you. You cannot insist people to be truthful to you. Can you? Tomorrow onwards, you must love me. Is it something which you can threaten and get from people? So we have to grow to that point. We must become mature. We must grow in such a way that even without we asking for it, it comes to us. So when we desire something, and when we want to get that for sure in our life, what we develop is called raga, a great liking for it. Great liking, and we are becoming so passionate about that. There is one thing to become, liking something. Another one is thinking that I cannot live without that. So when the raga develops in us, it colors the mind, it pollutes the mind, it disturbs the mind. The opposite of that is dvesh, hatred. Most likely it so happens when what we want is not got by us, but by somebody else. Then obviously dvesha will come, hatred will come. Most of the people, if you ask them in their life, they have a love-hate relationship. Is it not? Somebody they love so much, and that person walks away or whatever, then just start hating that person. The more closer you go, the very high likely that you'll start hating that person. In a turn of a moment, in a situation which goes wrong. So when we have these extremities, raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes, our mind cannot be at peace. That's why Bhagavan Krishna says, raga dvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischcharan atmavashyir videyatma prasadam adhigacchati. Such a person gains prasada, mental quietude, contentment. How? When we recognize our mind is constantly disturbed by these two extremities called love and hatred, likes and dislikes. If you ask anybody, write down what are things you like and write down what are things you dislike, there'll be a whole huge list will come out. We divide our world into two parts. Things I like, things I don't like. And between these two only our life is. We are pursuing or going towards what we like and going away from what we don't like. So when a person rises above this and understands that my likes and dislikes are those which keep my mind preoccupied with the world, and therefore I am unable to maintain my inner balance and not able to discover the peace which is already there, pointed out by Lord. So a person who is able to come out of that, raga dvesha viyuktaihi, without that likes and dislikes, at the same time is not sleeping. Vishayan indriyaihi charan, meaning moving about in this world of things. He's not sleeping and in slumber or in deep-rooted slumber. No, he is in the world. But how is that he is able to be at peace with himself? Atmavashyai videyatma. Because he recognized my own self is the nature of peace. Because the simple logic is, when you are at peace in your sleep, who is giving you peace? Is anybody giving it to you? Where are you getting it from? It's already there. When we are busy with the world and wanting this and that, we are not able to recognize this. I always give this an example. If I stop talking, what you hear is silence. Or the sound of those guys. But in silence, right? The silence that is already there, I don't need to create it. I just have to be quiet. When nobody is talking, what you hear is silence. In the same way, when the mind is not disturbed by anything else, what remains is prasad. But unfortunately, what happens to us is, when we are not doing anything, we are going to sleep. We must learn the technique of quietening the mind, but not sleeping. That state of mind is called a mind which is at peace. Nobody can give you. But you cannot take it from anybody else. It's already there in you. And only when the mind is not having the two extremities called likes and dislikes, it is able to start enjoying that peace which is already there. When once it starts enjoying the inner peace, he has a choice or an option to go to the world, not a compulsion. So Bhagavan here says, Prasaade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopa jayate prasanna chetaso hi ashu buddhi paryapatishtati. Prasade, in that state of mind, sarva dukkhanam hanihi asya upajayate. In that state of mind alone, one recognizes all real sorrows come to an end. Sorrows are always of two types. Not getting what we want, getting what we don't want. Is that true? I want, I didn't get it, sorrow. I don't want, I get it, sorrow. All these sorrows will end when? Neither I do not want what I do not want, nor I want what I want. These are both are not necessary for me. Prasade sarva dukkhanam anirasyopajaayate. Prasanna chetasahan. A person whose mind has become so quiet and peaceful, such a mind is said to be always in meditation. See, Bhagavan Shankara, Bhagavan Shiva, if you look at him, what does he wear? Probably the skin of a lion or tiger. And then Basma. And then some snake also. And he also taken the Visha which is given to him. He will get and take everything which others don't want. Who wants Visha? Poison. Who wanted to go to the mashan and put the ashes there? Who wants a tiger? Who wants a snake? Even as he gets whatever is given to him, others rejected and gave to him. He is so much at peace. Why? It doesn't matter. For me, what you give me doesn't matter at all. Because I have found my inner bliss. So that is the reason why he is in absolutely quiet, peaceful state, irrespective of what goes on around. Even as Dakshayani was once very complaining, saying that my father is conducting a yajna in a grand manner and he has not invited you and me, and I'm very agitated. He says, somebody has not invited, very good, no? You don't need to carry gift and example. The paisa bhi nahi kharcha karna hai. Why are you bothered? No, it is my father has not called you. He has his own preferences. Why are you bothered? No, how dare he can conduct an event at his home without inviting his son-in-law or me? What do you want to do? I want to go and ask him. You will get insulted because do not go to a place where you are not invited. Simple truth. No, it's my own father. It doesn't matter. Now you are my wife. He looks at you as my wife than his daughter at the present moment. If he has regarded you as his daughter, he would have called you. But now he has hatred towards me. Therefore, he didn't want to call you also. He who looks at you as my wife. That's primarily. So don't bother about it. No, I want to go and ask him. Telling you, you will be insulted. No, I want to go. Okay, go. I have told you what I want to tell you. And when you get insulted, don't complain for this. And you know the story, how it goes. So he is so content. He was so at himself. He doesn't call. So what? He never feels insulted because he has no ego to get insulted. When we feel insulted, it is only because we have ego. I am so and so. How dare you not invite me? How dare you not smile at me? How dare you not talk? These are all mind-created expectations. As we become mature, we realize it's better the world be what it is. It doesn't matter to me. We keep on insisting that this should be this way, that should be that way, and things would not happen the way we want. So such a mind is one when it found its own inner peace, that mind alone can remain in state of inner meditation, irrespective of what happens outside. And it is said in the 18th chapter of Gita, when he is concluding, Brahma Bhuta Prasantatma na sochati na kankshati. A person who has thus gained the inner access to that self, Prasantatma, peaceful, na sochati, he never grieves, na kankshati, he never seeks anything. Samas sarvedeshu bhuteshu madbhaktim lapate param. Such a person is same to all, and he gains the greatest devotion to me. This is how Bhagavan explains a man of peace through Gita. So Gita gives us the guidance that our mind in pieces will never find peace. Like this jigsaw puzzle, originally it created with a picture and then divided into parts, different pieces. And then we try to reassemble it. In the same way, originally our nature is peaceful. We divided and cut into many pieces because I want this, I don't want this, I want this, I don't want this. This way we have divided our mind into different fragmentations. But when we realize this, reassemble. And to reassemble, you should have a picture of what is that peace. Without that, we'll be groping in darkness. We try to do it, we cannot do it because we do not know where we are, which direction we are going. So Gita gives us the picture of peace. This is the peaceful state. A state where there is no raga or dvesha, where there is no likes and dislikes. Not that such a person is going to sleep. The person is very much awake to the world and moving about, but does not insist that I want it, I don't want it, I like it, I don't like it. This is what should happen, this should not happen. The best example is of the Bhagavan Shiva, who is at peace with himself, irrespective of what goes on around him. That is the Prasaada Buddhi. The next name that we take him is Nityaatma-swaroopa-darshikaayai Namah. Bhagavad-Gita essentially shows what is Nityam and what is Anityam. Meaning, what is always there and what is temporarily there. We must recognize, so many houses when I go, the beautiful flower or beautiful tree they keep, plant. They like that one. Is that real or unreal?
Real. No. Real.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Unreal or real? Tell me, you know it. You are
Unreal.
So now unreal is more Nityam. The real is Anitya. In today's world, but according to Vedanta, what it is, real is Nityam. Unreal is Anityam. But here you see, real doesn't stay too long. Unreal, forever it is there. So according to Vedanta, Satyameva Nityam, Anityam Asatyam. What is real is always there, and what is unreal seems to be there. Now let me give an example. I'm sure all of you every day, not every day, at least some days of the month or some days of the week, you must be dreaming, correct? Not every day you dream, I hope not. So if you dream, and when you are dreaming, you feel that it is so real until you wake up. When you wake up, you know, even though at that time it looked real, upon waking up, you realize that's only my mental fancy, it's not real. So too, when you go to a movie, when you are enjoying the movie, you don't think about anything else. Oh my God, this is happening, and then all that. And when you wake up, or you come out, very good entertainment. Very good entertainment. Nice. I spent 2-3 hours paid some X amount of dollars for that entertainment. Enjoy it. That's fine. Go to Disneyland also. All the rides. All that. So every experience that when we do, most of them are temporarily seem to be real until we come out of it and say, this is only an entertainment. Correct? Think about this in this way. This world life that we are having, it is also same. Samsara swapna tulyo hi ragadveshadi sankula swakale satyavadbhati prabodhe sadi asat bhavet. In Shankaracharya writes this way, this world is what? Samsara. Samsara swapna tulya. It is very much equal to that of dream. Filled with raga and dvesha, as I explained, likes and dislikes, etc. Samsara swapna tulyogi raga dveshadi sankulaha swakale, when you are enjoying it, satyavat bhavit. It looks so real. Prabodhe sadi, when you wake up, asat bhavet. It becomes a dream. It becomes unreal. So if somebody says this is unreal, will you believe that? You will not. You say, no, it's so real. So therefore, let us not worry about what is real and what is not real at this moment. Let us understand what is temporary and what is permanent. Nitya anitya vastu vivek. Now, if you look at your own physical body, what is that which is permanent in your physical body? You say, no, I have this body physical. When I was born also, this same body only. And now also, I have this physical body, right? Until I die. But as far as I'm concerned, this is always there. Bhagavan Krishna says, let us understand one thing. What is unreal has no real existence here. What is real never disappears. Na asato vidyate bhavaha, na abhavo vidyate sataha. What is unreal never actually is there. What is real never become absent. If you think in that direction, that's Bhagavad-Gita is so powerful. It is always there, will never disappear. What temporarily is there, even now it is not there. So it's hard for us to recognize this. Now, let me put it in this way. When you are just 3-year-old, if you remember, just close your eyes and try to recall how cute you were. 3-year-old, 4-year-old. When you remember the first day you went to the preschool, how much you cried, how much you struggled, how much you shouted, how much you wanted to go back home, so much that you don't want to go to the school. Remember that? Yes or no? Yeah. How much you hated the teacher. After some time, you said, okay, it's okay. When you have no choice, you go. And slowly, you like the more school than not going to the home back. Now, at that time, when you're 3.5-year, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, that time also you were you. But in a little body, and little number of friends there with the toys, with the tricycle. At that time also you were you. Now also you are you. What changed? What changed? Everything has changed. Your body has undergone so many changes. Your friend circles have changed. Your priorities have changed. Your habits have changed. Your likes and dislikes have changed. Your appearance has changed. Your hair has changed. Face has changed. Everything has changed. But one thing has not changed. What is that? You. That's why you are able to recall that. You can recall your 3-year-old, 3.5-year-old, 4-year-old time, because you, the one who lived at that time, at that place, as that person, is the same one here, 40 years later. The same person. So that you is Nityam, and all other things that have changed are Anityam. Body, priorities, friends, likes, the things that you liked at that time. All that thing, all your plans and other things and that you had, and you have certain people whom you lived with, and certain things that you are doing at that time, certain habits that you had, certain routines that you had, certain daily life you had at that point. They were there. At that time, it was true. Once we realize this, from now onward, another 40 years later, if I talk to you, if at all, if you are alive, I'm alive, you will be the same. But your body would have gone through dramatic changes. Your body would have changed. Your priorities would have changed. Your habits would have changed. Your life routine would have changed. Everything. But if we do not think about it right now, which you didn't know until now, if we do not think at this present moment that me, the one who did not change from when I was 3.5-year-old till today, the same me will be there even after 30 years from or 40 years from today also, while everything else would have changed. That me is true. That me is real. That me is permanent. Once we realize this, we would not mind the changes that are taking place. We would not be bothered or disturbed by those things. Maybe there will be pain and this discomfort, this will be there. But when you hold on to that Nityam, what is Nityam in you, you do not get disturbed by the Anityam. As much as when you go to the movie, you know that whatever they are showing is Anityam only. Unreal only. So even when you see the movie and the hero gets somehow a tragedy and the hero gets killed, you come out and need to take popcorn and eat. I know that fellow is not dead. So Bhagavan says, Natve vaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadipaha nachevana bhavishyama sarve vayamada parang. Arjuna, realize this. You were always there. I was always there. You will be always there. I will be always there. Actually, we will never become absent. That is Nityam. All others are Anityam only. So Atma is in your own body. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tata dehantara praptihi dhiraha tatra na mukhyati. In this very body itself, dehinosmin yata dehe, in this physical body, what do you have? Kaumaram. You are young. Yauvanam. Kaumaram means child. Yauvanam. Youth. Jara. Old age. Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Jara. The same way as this physical body has gone through various stages, tata dehantara prapti. So too, you will leave this and go to the next one. Why are you worried? Just like when you moved from childhood to youth, were you worried? When you move from youthful to old age, were you worried that you are losing it, anything? Yeah, you may be saying that, yes, I'm not able to do the way I was doing earlier. That's okay. That happens. In the same way as you leave this physical body also. So that is why it is a death is not the end. It is only a bend. When you're driving in a car and there is a bend, when you go to that end only, you will see, oh, there is a road here. Then it goes further. And then there's one more. Because you can't see. The road has turned. You go there, then again go. In the same way, when you go nearer to that point, you will see it's not end. It's only a bend. It turns into what? Another level of experience. Another bend, another level of experience. Death is not an end. It is only the bend. This physical body will end, but you will never end. You will continue. Like every day ends. Is it not next day it continues? If ever anybody says, this is the last day for you, you'll never go to sleep. Is it not? We are so sure I will wake up tomorrow. Yes or no? If somebody says you will not wake up tomorrow, will you go to sleep at all? Huh? So we are so sure that tomorrow. Yesterday I woke up. Yesterday I went to sleep. Today I woke up. Right? So definitely today I will go to sleep. Tomorrow I'll wake up. So too, last birth you went dead. Physical body, you became this. This will go. There will be one more. Only thing is the same people won't be there. Think about it. Tomorrow you will have a different husband. I think Swami that I prefer. Not the same set of children. Better ones. Okay, good. Listening to you. If we are given a chance the next day, tomorrow another family, day after tomorrow another one. Wow. That will be nice. Huh? See, now let us see today, whatever husband, wife you had, children, etc. Tomorrow it won't be there. Tomorrow different. What kind of a relationship you will have with these people today? Come on. Tomorrow they are not, they're going to be different. What will you do? Will you get attached? Will you? But tomorrow it will be different husband and wife and children, actually. Another one. You will be so detached. Why? This is only going to be another 4 hours. After that, I'm done. So this is the dhiraha tatra na mukyati. Therefore, a man of real wisdom does not get deluded by anything. Why? Ye bhi chale jayega. It's only there for some time. Tomorrow is different. Tomorrow another family, another children, another set of responsibility. And that also another 6-8 hours later, 10 hours later, gone. Another one. Then, so this is called Nityaatma-swaroopa-darshikaayai Namah, where she shows, Bhagavad-Gita shows, recognize what is Nityam. Ekameva Atma Nityam Tat Vyadiriktam Sarvam Anityam. There is only one self which is always permanent. All other things are temporary. If you have this understanding, you'll never get attached to anything. At the same time, you will do things whatever to be done. Not that you will become so, I don't care. No. You will definitely do whatever needs to be done with great joy, knowing it is temporary, but you will do it joyfully, happily. And then, out. I'm done. I've done my best. I've given my best. Let it be so. Tathastu, move out. See, Gurudev, when he used to come, he will give 10 days yajna or 1 week program. We will be working for a whole year. Because this program is so important. Once a year only he would come. Everybody's geared up. Everybody's so, fully working and all that. Morning and evening programs will continue. So we used to be very, very much active and all that. Only the last day we start feeling the emptiness. And when he would finish his talks and last day it's over, then he will say, very good, all of you did very well. I'll see you all next year. Gone. You'll switch off and go away. And happily you will go. I'm sorry. Thank you. Are you gone? Next is another program. Another set of people. Another set of this. So for him, every week or every 10 days is a new different game altogether. And he will so happily, cheerfully, encouragingly, he will do everything. Shoulder to shoulder, he will talk and walk and smile. Gone. We have learned from him that how to do your best. Once you have done your best, move on. Don't get caught up there. That is called Nityaatma-swaroopa. Why he was able to do that? Like, Yasvatma-radireva syat atma-triptascha manavaha atmannevacha santushtaha tasya karyam na vidyate. One who has thus gained the inner contentment and joy and then permanent self in himself, recognize that such a person, whatever he does out of choice, out of joy, and therefore there is no compulsion of doing. Tasya karyam na vidyate. Naiva tasya kritena artaha na akritena kaschan. Neither he has anything as a duty to do, and he will not lose anything. He will not feel unhappy about not doing. Both are not there. Nachasya sarva bhuteshu kaschit artha vyapashraya. From anyone in this world, he has any expectations. That is the nature of a person who has gained Nityaatma-swaroopa. So that is the another name. The next one which we are seeing is Anitya-deha-samsaara-roopa-darshikaayai Namah. Compared to that Nitya-atma, everything else is said to be anityam, not real. Now, you see, we see the world around us all the time. Seeing by the eyes, hearing through the ears, smelling through the nose, tasting through the tongue, touching through the skin. This is how we come to contact with the world. If one of them is absent, that to that extent the world is absent. Let us say somebody cannot hear. They are the most happy people, do you know that? They don't listen to anybody, nor they are interested in talking. Isn't that true? You know, my uncle, in India, he's completely gone. Totally gone. Meaning, you go and hello. So, and I see him so peaceful. And he moves about reading newspaper because he can't even watch the TV also. There's nothing else going to happen. And I told him 100 times, so please, why not you have hearing aid, and so that you can at least watch the TV or no need. His answer is no need. I'm happy with myself. And he will go about quietly because he has no reason to talk. If anybody talks also, he cannot respond. Anyways, he's so happily moving about. So I was wondering, is it good to have this like this? So nice, Don't worry about anybody saying anything, it doesn't matter. And nobody will have conversation with him also either. One-way communication, what will happen? So even one sense organ absent, to that extent the world is out. If I can't hear, all the sound is gone. If I can't smell, to that extent that world is gone. You keep it in front of me, nothing happens to me. Sense of taste is gone. That is, think about it. If all the five are absent, who are you then? What is the world for you? You can't see, you can't hear, you can't taste, you cannot smell, you cannot touch. What will be the world for you? Think. So Bhagavan Krishna says, Matra sparshastu kaunteya, Shrida Ushna Sukha Dukkadaha, Agama Payuno Anityaha, Tan Tidikshasva Bharat. Only by sparsha, only by contact, you come to know the world. Matra sparshastu kaunteya, O Kunti son, only by sense organs coming in contact with the objects, there is called experience, world. And in that experience of the world also, Shida, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha. Hot or cold and heat, joy and sorrow are conditioned by the way you contact the world. So now, let us say the winter is there. Let us say you go to East Coast. You go to the East Coast now in this winter time. Will you have ice cream? Some people have ice cream. No, the winter time only they'll have ice cream. But you cannot walk about with one T-shirt and walk about. You can't do that. Why? It's cold. So when it is cold outside, you wear a warm clothes. When it is hot, 110 degrees, I think your area, inland empire, you definitely have 105, 102 at least. At that time, will you wear 3 layers? Even the physical layer itself is a problem. It's itself, one layer there. So when they said that, you say it is cold, and when it said that it is hot, what is hot is comfortable during cold. What is cold is comfortable during heat. So this is relativity. You see that? So everything in this world, Shida, Ushna, cold and heat, it gives what? Shita gives Sukham when it is summer. And Shita gives Dukkham when it is winter. Ushna gives Sukham when it is winter. Ushna gives Dukkham when it is summer. So what? This is called Anityam. Never it gives the same experience. So Bhagavan, what he says? Matra spashastra kaunteya Shida Ushna Sukha Dukkataha, and therefore they are Agamaha Apayinaha. They come and go. They never are the same all the time. Tanti Dikshasva Bharata. Therefore, understand the Anityatva of the world, temporariness of things. You cannot help but live with them. Bear with them. Tolerate that. People around us also, they don't behave in the same way every time. Right? Some people are very close and dear and laughing and giving joy. The same people turn around. Or some people whom we reject and keep it away, sometimes they suddenly change and then they become dear to us. That also happens. So nothing in this world is said to be always the same. Therefore, bear with that. Antamanta ime dehaha nityasokta shariranaha anashino aprameyasya tasmad yudyasva bharata. Therefore, understand, Arjuna, one thing. What? This body and all related things are subject to change and end. Antamanta ime dehaha. What is that which is holding on to this, or what remains or resides in this body alone is real. See, this body is serving somebody. Whom? You. Your eyes are seeing for itself or for you. Nose is smelling for itself or for you. Ear is listening to itself or for you. So all of them are servants. Like a king is there and he has many servants. All of them are doing their job for the sake of the king. In the same way, there is one thing in you who is the king. That is Paramatma. That is called Nityam. To that presence in you, who may call it as Atman or Jivatman or God's presence in you, to him alone everything temporary is working around. Once you recognize who you are, you understand these are all only Agama, Anitya, Apayana. Temporarily they are there. Dehe nityam avadyoyam. Dehi nityam avadyoyam. Dehe sarvasya bharata. Tasmat tvam sarvani bhutani. Natvam shochitum arhasi. Understand? Dehi means one who is remaining in your body is never subject to disappearance, while the body always does. So therefore, look at everyone in that same way. In every one of them, in every being, there is a Dehi, there is an Atma, which is permanent. And what appears to be in front of me is impermanent. Whether it's a small ant or a tree or a plant or an animal or a bird or a human, in all living beings, there is one thing which is common. That is what is there in them is what is there in you. Connect to that. Once you connect to that one single entity which is present in you as well as in others, thereafter you will treat everyone with great compassion and love because you recognize what is permanent in them. In the religious terms, they call it see God in everyone. In philosophy, we say, see yourself in everyone. When you see yourself in everyone, you will not hurt them. You will not disrespect them. You will not brand them. You will not categorize them. You will not insult them. You will respect and love and be compassionate to everyone because you have seen yourself in all of them. So this is how Bhagavan explains through Bhagavad-Gita how to understand Nityam, how to understand Anityam, and how to obtain the state of mind peaceful, Prasad. So we saw three names today. Prasaada-pradaayai Namah, Prasaada-pradaayai Namah, Nityaatma-swaroopa-darshikaayai Namah, and Anitya-deha-samsaara-roopa-darshikaayai. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.